Hi friends! Welcome to our second Sunday of Lent. Now, if you saw our video last week from our first Sunday of Lent, we talked about the idea that for every Sunday afternoon, we're going to share a video talking about different acts of healing, different ways that we can heal. Now, why would we focus on that? We also shared last week in our video, so if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I encourage you to do that. But during the season of Lent, as a church, we remember the time that Jesus chose to take some time alone for 40 days to prepare, to restore, and to refocus where his energy was and the things that were going on in his life to heal and prepare for a pretty difficult time ahead in his life. Now, to celebrate that during Lent, today, we think of ways that we can refocus and restore ourselves to honor the things that Jesus did. So, last week we talked about a certain way to heal, and that was feeling as an act of healing. So, encouraging ourselves that it's okay to feel all emotions that we might feel. Not just to be happy when something good happens or things that are joyful, but that it's okay to feel angry or sad or hurt. And when we feel those things, we need to talk about them. So if you haven't checked out that video, I encourage you to do that. This week, we're going to talk about feeling safe as an act of healing, a way to feel better. So what does it mean to feel safe? Well, to give an example, I want you to think about a special place in our church that we call the sanctuary. If you think back to the Sunday mornings that we are in church together, if you walk up for children's moments where we worship, that is our sanctuary. If you watch our videos on Sunday morning now with Pastor Cindy and Pastor John and our musicians, that is filmed in our sanctuary. Sanctuary is a term that is also used when referring to a safe place. That word also means safe place. Another example of using the word sanctuary, if you've joined us, if you're a little bit older and have gone in our explorations camp, we go to a place called Sunrise Sanctuary. And they use that term because on their farmland, they welcome neglected and abused and abandoned farm animals. So if you've been with us, there are a ton of animals on their property that they care for and they make feel safe. They put lots of work in to provide comfortable places for them to sleep or make sure that they have food, that they are taken care of, that they feel safe. So we've identified two places that people feel safe. The place where animals can feel safe and cared for. And in our sanctuary, we call it that when we worship God, we want to make sure that everybody who is in that space in our church feels safe, that they know they are welcomed, that they are loved, and they can be just who they are because God loves us all just the way that God created us. So when we're in that space, we, as the church members, want everybody there to know they are safe. So while we're at home, what can we do to feel safe? Well, again, when we talked last week about times that we might be hurt or sad or angry, I encouraged you to make a list of things that might be troubling you, but also a list of things that are bringing you joy in your life. Well, something else this week that I want to encourage you to do is to think about the things that make you feel safe. So when you're hurting or when you're sad or you're angry and you need some time alone by yourself, what can you do to feel safe? Well, if you think of another character you might know, Linus from Peanuts, he carries around a blanket. He is really well known for in every scene in the movies or in the comic strips, he usually is carrying around his blanket. So maybe at home you have a blanket or a certain stuffed animal or a toy that is just your favorite. So maybe when you're hurt or you're sad or you're angry, you can grab that blanket or that stuffed animal and you can take some time just to hold it and make yourself feel better. Maybe you have a pet at home and maybe that pet just calms you down. Taking time to just snuggle with them, I bet you would even make them feel better if you do that too. Another thing you could think of is if you have your own room or if there's a special place in your house that you can take some time to be alone and calm down and feel better. That is another way to heal. I have a picture that I would like to share with you today from when I was pretty young and I was a kid. One space that always felt safe to me in my home. So this is a picture of when oh my goodness, I'd have to ask my mom and dad how old I was. But as you can tell, I was pretty young. And this was in my room. This was a couch that I loved, and it would fold out into a bed, and I could lay down on it, or as you can see, I could read a book, and I could go there on my own to take time to calm down and to feel better and heal. So this week, as you are going about different things in your life, going back to school, taking time to work on things from home for school, if there's a moment that you have, I want you to think about the ways that you can feel safe. Something that you can actively do when you're angry or sad to help yourself calm down and take some time alone to feel better. Can't wait to see you guys next week. I hope you get out this week and enjoy the sunshine that is coming and enjoy this wonderful season of Lent. Happy Sunday.